at one point, Donovan Mitchell literally just handed him the ball because he didn't know what was happening. He couldn't get by him. As we said before, his impact on the game defensively cannot be overstated, and he is emerging very, very quickly as one of the better defenders, not only on this team, but I think in the entire league, and it's something that is going to really be a huge weapon for them moving forward.
Yeah, and, the greatest thing about defense is it has nothing to do with your offensive game. You could be having the worst offensive night possible, and you can still have an impact on the game playing defense,
Yes.
A huge impact on the game. And we saw that tonight. And, we talked about the first game, how a lot of the things that Davion doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Right. You could look at the box score and you say, well, he had, 1 or 2 steals tonight, no blocks, not very many points. But that doesn't show his impact. And I think you could tell tonight he was all over the place, and it's contagious. You saw his teammates doing the same thing. I don't know how many loose balls I saw tonight where I saw guys like Buddy Hield jumping out of bounds to grab them, throw them back in. These are plays that a year, 2, 3 years ago, they would have let the ball go out of bounds. They would have given up on the play. Yep. Guys are not doing that anymore. And I think that is a huge, when you talk about culture changing, that is huge.
Absolutely. And one of the greatest attributes about Davion Mitchell defensively is his ability to play such a high level of defense without fouling. He's guarding the best player on the opposing team, the best players in the world every night now, and he didn't pick up his first foul until the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So
that was incredible.
It's really, really impressive to see somebody play that, not just that great of defense, but that physical style of play where you're up in the opponent's face all night long and you still have the awareness and the ability to play that defense without fouling.
Yeah, that was incredible. I remember commenting on that. I was like, how this guy doesn't even have a foul? How is he playing so hard? Because I felt like the officiating tonight was horrible. And
it was a physical game, a physical and a sloppy game. And
the beauty of not being part of the team is that we can say stuff like that and not get fined. Yeah. But officiating was horrible tonight. I was not for it, and that's on both ends of the floor, for both teams. So I think the Joe Ingles ejection was not warranted, even though I enjoyed it. Right. It was not warranted. We saw a couple other bad calls.
It's easy to get on the officials. But let's remember, like I said at the beginning of this show, this game had a postseason type atmosphere to it, but preseason execution. And that goes for the players and the officials. Mm-hmm. This is the second game of the year. Officials are all of a sudden caught up in this really intense game, very physical game, and they haven't caught up to that level yet either,
Yep.
So.
Yep. And Calvin knows that because he used to referee soccer. You want to tell him a story about soccer? I know you loved it so much.
Anybody who's ever officiated a game on any level knows how difficult it is. It is a very uncomfortable situation to be in. And to be honest with you, the younger the players are in the game, the harder it is to officiate, not because of the players, but because of the parents in the stands. They're some of the worst people on the planet. If I ever have kids, I'll probably be one of those parents in the stands too. So it goes both ways. But, officiating is hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, they're underpaid and undervalued. That is for sure. All right, we're going to take some questions here from the fans in a little bit. But before we get into that, I want to remind you all to hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We put out Kings content almost daily. We do live streams after every game. We have a Royal Report show every Friday. We break down the Sacramento Kings. It's geared for different types of fans. So, we know that everybody doesn't have all the time to watch every single minute of every single Kings game. So if you're one of those fans, you might like the Royal Report a little bit better. We sum up the entire week in about 30 minutes. If you're an avid Kings fan, you watch every game, join us for the lives after the game. We love to break down the game. We drink beers. We have fun. We try and celebrate when we can, and we still drink beers when they lose. All right.